Today I'll be going over the Ultivize Category Generator tool. Let's get started. The category generator is designed to be an optional step done before using the Ultivize data categorization tool. When you have a data set that you know that you'll need to create a new slice, for a pivot table or any other form of analysis, but you're not exactly sure what the breakdown will be, the category generator tool can help suggest categories that you would then use in the data categorization exercise. So let's show how we would do that. Here on the screen, I have a data set of 26,000 questions from an online law forum. And what we're going to do is just try to see what is a way, if we wanted to potentially organize this data, what are some suggestions on the categories that we could assign each of these questions to. So let's start running the tool. To do that, all we need to do is first select all the questions. Then we would type in the categories and scope. This is, again, just to provide some context to the model so it understands the nature of the request. So here we're going to type in legal topics because that's what we want. We want to understand the broad set of legal topics that we would then assign each of these questions to. Then you can select the number of categories you think that you should need. Again, this is subjective, but as you'll see, we built in some flexibility here with the number of categories. So I'm going to go ahead and select 6, and we'll run the tool. All right, we got our output back, and as you can see, it's actually dropped onto a new worksheet. We have 3 sets of output here. In the middle is our requested number of categories, 6, but the model also does 4 and 8 categories, so you can kind of see what the potential categories would be in the neighborhood of the options that you select. So we have our suggestions for 6 categories, and then a little bit more condensed categories for 4, and then a little bit more detailed on 8. Now what you would do is you would review these, see which one intuitively fits, and then all you would do is you would take this back out, copy and paste. You can bring it back to your data, and now you're all set up to run the data categorization, and where you can uniquely see how well these categories fit with each individual item, again, with our confidence scores. So that's one use case of this, but I wanted to show a second example just to show the flexibility of this tool. This second use case is a series of electric charging stations and their geographic coordinates. And where this might be applicable is if we have just this raw list, we might want to understand how they're spread out over certain regions, right? But based off of this data, we might not have an idea of actually how to split up the regions. Or we can use the category generator tool as an initial step of our data categorization to actually come up with the categories that we would then go back and apply to each category. So what we have is a set of coordinates that we'll enter in. Then we'll provide the categorization scope, and then I'm going to select 5 categories. We've received the results back again, and as you can see, we have our selected number, 5 categories. We also have a lower and an upper range of categories, so you can get a sense of what the options are for choosing categories. And I'd like to drill down here quickly just to kind of understand the value of the tool, because looking at these results, if you had any sort of context of the underlying business and the locations that they were building plants in, this would seem like an obvious result, right? But what often happens is we get these data sets where we actually have no ability to go through and look through all the results, but we still need to create some sort of understanding from that, right? And again, humans, it's really difficult for us to read just raw geographic data, so this is a quick way to gain some sort of understanding of that so that we can then start to run some analysis of it. Again, the key unlock here, anytime you have large data sets and need to quickly get your head around how you would potentially cut and slice that data, that is where the category generator tool shines. That's the demo. We're always eager to hear how you're using the tool in your analysis. Let us know. Thanks.